are just off the shores of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as we get set for football here at the always rockin' Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. St. Brown in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
To throw on second down is Smith. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
You look at this Browns defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. They'll try the air now with Smith.
Okay.
That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. He's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Mostert. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Nice effort from Jalen Petrie, getting to him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
One more time with Mostert. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. To throw is Smith. This is White on the screen. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against him.
Nice coverage, you fucking idiot.
For a Steelers touchdown. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pettis now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 31, here's 2nd and a couple. Now Jackson. Bryant with a catch right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Browns at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. Yeah. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey.
Jackson now. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. but how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Jackson. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. That one good for 26 and a first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there. Throwing now is Geno. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Pettis now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Middle.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff now for Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, report. 13. Sit up.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. On first down, Smith. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yo. Ready, shot.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. There he goes again. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Pacheco. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Over the middle, complete. That's White. And they're going to speed things up here. Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Now inside the 25. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin. 75 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for two. Gino's going to throw. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
One quick.
Now a toss left for Pacheco. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. Now this taken in by Downs. Touchdown, Browns. Josh Downs, 47 yards. And the Browns add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Cover.
And now they're in the hurry up.
Snowball. Here we go, son.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Ready.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here we go, son.
Gino now to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here we go, son.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Alpha, Alpha, sit on. 180. One shot. One play at a time, baby. Let's go, let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here we go, sit on.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. But if you step back and look at this, CD, pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to turn things around next